Welcome, hello. I was trying to stream on Twitch as well, but that was not going to happen, clearly. Still trying to figure out the multiple stream setup here, but welcome, everybody. How's everyone doing? Building the suspense, yes, exactly. Imagine I just had that waiting screen for hours. What's up, Charms? I'm doing swell this fine evening. How are you doing? What's up, everyone? Grievous, nice to see ya. Amethyst pudding. I always have trouble saying the word amethyst, if that's how you say it. But hello, nice to see you as well. Obius is better than Streamlabs. Yeah, I honestly, I'm trying to get a multi-stream thing going on here, but the setup, the plugin I got, was not doing its thing. What's up, King Pig? Woods, how you doing? Hey, what's up, A. Cole? Macus Birds, what's up? How you doing? Steven Universe, I'm not familiar, honestly. I might be uncultured. Nathaniel, what's up? Simbad. Julia, how you doing? Bella Speaks, hello. UMV Sound, hello. Welcome. Trickle in, grab your popcorn, take your seats. Gotcha. Yeah, take your seats, get your candy and all that. What's your guys' preferred movie theater snack? Right, like what's the best one? What's the one you have to have when you go to the theater and you're willing to pay $10 or $20 for a simple piece of candy because that's how much concessions are? But what's your go-to? Diablo 2, what's up, man? How you doing? Popcorn, yeah, I mean, okay, popcorn it is. Buffalo fries, everything. All right, sweet. Yeah, it seems like nachos, popcorn. That seems to be the preferred thing. I always get a drink. Okay, where's Nicolas Cage? That's a good question. Amethyst. I'm trying to remember. I must have told you a while ago that I hadn't seen your top four. That, I'm gonna be honest, probably has not changed yet, but we'll see. Maybe it has. I don't know. I gotta confirm that. Not confirming nor denying. Raisinets, what's up, Bree12? Raisinets are goated. Are absolutely goated. Hopefully more. Yeah. Alright, so I already have a profile chosen for tonight to start at least. And that is going to be oh, let me get rid of this thing here. Alright, that's going to be Jake Jeffries in the chat here tonight. Might have changed so much. What's up? Okay, so starting off here. Yep, Devilly Dare in the chat. There we go. I was seeing your name come up. That's your name in the chat. And yep, we're starting with yours. Jake Jeffries, 15. Okay, starting off young here. 341 films on your belt, 84 this year. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. You're in the hundreds. For sure. Love to see it. And your top four are Call Me By Your Name, Hamilton, Saltburn, and Babylon. So, besides Babylon, these three are pretty unique, honestly. I don't think, since I've been doing the series, that anyone has put any of these three in their top four just yet. So already points for the uniqueness of it, for sure. And let's get right into this. 15 watching Saltburn is crazy. Yeah, there's definitely some crazy scenes in that movie, for sure. But I actually like it. But we'll get to that one in just a moment. So, Call Me By Your Name. So, this movie, I think it's a pretty good movie overall. I think 15 watching Saltburn. What's up, Enthusiasm? Let's see, everyone. Connor, Woods, But yeah, no, this movie's pretty solid. Before Armie Hammer got utterly canceled by Hollywood, which he's a pretty decent actor, all things considered, from what I saw him in, before he got absolutely canceled for I guess, texting weird stuff to people. I think that was the reason. But, yeah, it's Charms Called By Your Name is good, but the age gap weirds me out too much. Yeah, definitely on the bordering, being illegal, if you will. Again, they're very... I mean, I don't know how old Timothée Chalamet was in the movie versus Armie Hammer, but yeah, there's definitely a big age gap for sure. But I thought that I really like the cinematography of this movie. I really like that it feels like you're on a vacation with these characters. You're out in the European side of town next to the beautiful scenery and everything. It feels like you're taking a vacation with these characters, which I really like. I like that sense of what's the word? Kind of like, yeah, adventure, if you will. Sense of adventure with the characters. And Diablo, am I crazy, or was he a cannibal? I think he said that he was a cannibal or something like that, or he alluded to that. I don't know if he flat out said that. I don't think so, but yeah, he definitely got in big trouble for that. But pretty good actor, though, from what I saw him. I liked him in The Social Network. But yeah, I think that this movie is pretty solid. It is pretty slow, but I don't know. It's one of those movies, for some reason, I remember it. It was a long time ago since I saw it, but I remember liking it and enjoying it for what it was. So pretty solid first pick here. Next we have Hamilton. So I'm a big musical person, and Hamilton is a great musical. I think that in terms of one that brings checks all the boxes of what a musical should be. It's fun, it's entertaining, it has sad moments, funny moments, heartfelt moments, and all that stuff. And yeah, it checks all the boxes, to be honest. Grievous, I've never seen Saltburn. How could you? I think you would like it. I don't know exactly, your movie taste, but I think you would appreciate it. I think that Saltburn's a pretty fun movie overall. Definitely worth checking out. Chalamet. I believe that's how you say it. Timothée Chalamet. But yeah, Hamilton, go back to Hamilton, though. A really fun musical. If you haven't seen it and you like music, obviously you have to like musicals. If you don't like musicals from the get-go, you're probably not going to like this one very much. And thankfully, it's not... since it was Lin-Manuel Miranda behind it, I like I said in my One Battle After Another review, I'm not a huge fan of, overly political things, so I'm actually... And knowing his stance on things, he wasn't too political with Hamilton, which I like. It was really the story that he was telling. So I think the actors and the cast are really phenomenal, honestly. So yeah, Hamilton is great. Really one of my favorite musicals, I'd say. I mean, great freaking songs for sure. And Lin-Manuel, he definitely was on fire when he made this. All right, going on to Saltburn, which the chat's mainly talking about. So, yeah, Saltburn is... I agree with you, Noah. I totally agree. The last 20 minutes of Babylon are absolute cinema. You know what I mean? It's chef's kiss, if you will. And if you love movies, that right there is what it's all about, Have Babylon on Blu-ray, need to get to that. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Love to see physical media. But yeah, Saltburn, this movie is very unique. Emerald Fennell, so she made Promising Young Woman, and I hated that movie. I thought it was terrible, in my opinion. Didn't like it. Totally did not like that movie, but I think that she cooked with this one. I think Saltburn is a very good movie. Really fun time. I really like the twist at the end. Nobody spoil it below, but... It's a freaky movie, I must say. It's freaky in a lot of moments, but it is a very fun movie, if you will. I thought that the cinematography was really good. I thought that the characters were very interesting. Yeah, it charms. Yeah, at the end, it kind of makes sense. Holy hot take. Yeah, I'm coming out with the hot takes. Yeah, I know a lot of people like that movie. If that's what you're referring to, her previous movie, Promising Young Woman. If that's what you're referring to, it is a hot take. I wasn't a fan of the movie. I just thought it was very, I don't know. I found it to be very cheesy, and I think Carey Mulligan's a great actress, but I found the movie to be cheesy. I don't know why. It just wasn't my cup of tea. But Saltburn, yeah, great cinematography. I really like the story. I really like the location that it takes place. It's very like fancy, high class, and the idea, the concept of it is very simple, but the end is very effective. The last 10 minutes, 15 minutes, where it really reveals what's been going on. And I think at the very end, when Barry Keoghan's yeah, without spoiling anything though, the song that play, I really like the song that they play at the end. Really ties everything in together. But another fun movie, I really like this one. I saw it twice actually, so pretty good. And the salt does indeed burn, that's for sure, especially on wounds. Exactly. All right, and then finally Babylon. So this is in my current top 4 movies, and for good reason. I think Damien Chazelle is one of the best modern day directors ever. Whiplash, La La Land, and Babylon. And when I saw this back in 2022, I thought, oh, this is a very good movie. Then I saw it again this year, and I thought, wow, this is a very, 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 very good movie. You know what I mean? Like, I already liked it, but it, yeah, Charles, the bathtub scene made me cringe. I thought that was extremely cringy, and I would dare say almost unnecessary to put that in the movie, but it was effective, I guess, you know, to kind of catch the audience off guard. But Babylon is a phenomenal movie. If you haven't seen it, it's all about basically making movies. It follows these 3 people trying to make it in Hollywood. Some have already made it in Hollywood. Others are just making their way up in Hollywood. And I love that kind of duality and everything that that happens. With that, and the end, like it was mentioned in the chat earlier, the end of the movie is brilliant. And enthusiasm, you took the words out of my mouth. So I have one problem with Babylon. It's too long. That's exactly the only problem I have with it, is exactly that. The movie needed to be cut down by 30 minutes. There's a lot that happens. The whole rattlesnake scene in the desert with Margot Robbie, and maybe even the Tobey Maguire, that whole section, maybe could have been cut out from the movie. There's a lot of sections that they need to trim this sucker down. But if they were to trim it down by like 30 minutes or something, it's almost perfect. Like, I'd say this movie's almost perfect. I love everything about it. And in my opinion, Margot Robbie's best performance in this movie. Babylon is absolutely goated. Margot Robbie, Brad Pitt, and the actor who plays Manuel in the movie, they're all phenomenal. Great chemistry between them. And yeah, Margot just knocks it completely out of the park. When Singing in the Rain plays, that made me cry. Yes, and I like that scene even more because I love Singing in the Rain. It's also in my top 4. So yeah, but this is a really, really solid top 4 here. And Heathers the musical, I like Heathers as well, the musical. Actually, I haven't seen it, but from the soundtrack that I was listening to, yeah, I really like that one. All right, let's check out your films here. Wood says longer movies are better. I don't mind long movies at all. I'll easily watch a 3-hour movie. But if it's unnecessary and it doesn't move the plot along, then I might not be as inclined to enjoy it as much. And that's kind of my rule. If you're going to make a movie 3 hours, everything better move the plot along. And a lot of movies do it. A lot of movies kind of fail at that and try to get a little too artsy. So let's start off with your 5 stars here. They're Sinners. Starting off strong here. Amethyst, yes. Heathers is awesome. Both are great. But from what I've seen, Heathers the movie and the musical, both are great. Julie, the ending from Babylon threw me off in a good way or in a bad way. All right, so there's Promising Young Woman. There's my hot take. I didn't really like this movie very much. I think I gave it a review. It wasn't a good review. No Way Home, that's a great movie. Logan's very good. A couple of Black Mirror episodes in here. Doctor Who. Whiplash, yep, another Damien Chazelle masterpiece. 5 out of 5 for sure. Some Harry Potter movies as well. Order of the Phoenix and Deathly Howls Part 2. All right. Revenge of the Sith at 5 stars. Yeah, there you go, Grievous. Where is it? I lost it. It's here somewhere. There it is. It's the last one right there. Love to see it. USS Callister. I like that episode of Black Mirror for sure. Didn't see Agatha all along. I did see Wanda Vision, I think it was called. That was okay. Agatha Hello is not a 5-star. Is a shit show, I can tell you that. Julie, tell us how you really feel about it. Exactly. Okay, back to Sinners though. It follows me everywhere I go. It's like that Lucky Charm, if you will. Yeah, again, Sinners is perhaps maybe at best, in my opinion, 3.5 out of 5. Not a bad movie at all. I think it's just very overrated and didn't really do much different in that that I haven't already seen before, if you will. So, Kingpin with the hot take here. My hot take is I'm not a Harry Potter fan. It's just a franchise I've never really connected with. That's fair. That's fair. Sometimes there's franchises you just don't connect with it. You know, it doesn't do it for you. You know, and that's kind of how it was for the Marvel movies for the longest time. But yeah, but they actually got it together, and then they totally lost it again. Haunting at Hill House being at 5 stars is a total peak opinion in my humble opinion. Yeah, this show is actually a masterpiece. If you haven't seen Haunting at Hill House, we're in Halloween time right now, and yeah, if you're looking for a show to watch, this is the one right here. This is the one. Watch Haunting of Hill House. Brilliant show. Absolutely love it. And Weapons at the 5-star. Also wouldn't put this at 5 in my opinion. Also wouldn't put it up there. I think it's a good movie. It left a lot to be desired. Both Avengers Endgames, both Avengers Endgame and Infinity War, both in the top 5-star movies. Both very good. I thought they were really fun. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, I have to also disagree with that one. It's the greatest thing to come out of the horror genre. Yeah, it's so freaking good. But going back here, I really do like your profile, honestly. I think the top 4 is very unique, and they're all very solid movies. I can see an argument for each and every one of these, except maybe Call Me By Your Name, but these 3 are excellent, and this one's pretty good, I'd say. But overall, really like these top 4. Very good picks, and Hamilton is incredible, and Babylon is absolutely goated. So, with all that being said, I think I'm going to give you a very solid. And excuse, I don't have the fancy text today, so just bear with me just saying it out loud, you know. Or you know what, actually, I don't know how this is going to look, but let's see here. That was from my gaming stream. How do I edit this? Here we go. Okay. So I think I'm gonna make this much bigger, by the way. I'm gonna give you a 8.3 out of 10. There we go. Wow, that looks awful. Anyways, there we go. 8.3 out of 10. Jesus Christ. Draw it in paint? Yeah. Hey, what's up? Private Cascade. Some questionable 5 stars. You weren't liking the 5 stars, huh? Let's see here. All right. Next profile we are going to do is Woods XNZ. We give you a follow for all the way from England. Welcome. Welcome all the way from England. So, your top 4 here are Seven Samurai, The Big Lebowski, Raging Bull, and Moonlight. 16 years old, my goal is to watch as many films as I can and appreciate them in whichever way possible. I see many Letterboxd accounts with hundreds of thousands of films watched and rated, and I would like to do the same eventually. Alright. Alright, I respect that goal. I respect that you have your eyes set on that for sure. 320 films under your belt, 125 this year. So, again, you have me beat by about 50 films this year, so good on ya. Alright, so this is where I have to be honest and admit, and this has been on my watch list for a long time, and this may be the cardinal sin of movie watching, but I have not seen Seven Samurai, so nobody send Seven Samurai at my direction for saying that. But yeah, I haven't seen it, and it's been on my watch list. I guess it hasn't. It has been on my watch list, okay? I swear it has. Kurosawa. I have seen other Kurosawa movies, though, and he's very good. But yeah, this movie, I only hear it's amazing. I only hear people saying that it's one of the best movies of all time. So definitely have to check that one out. For sure. Haven't seen Moonlight. Yeah, I've heard it's amazing. It's a long ass movie. All right, so going to The Big Lebowski, fun movie. I see a lot of people put this one up there on their top 4, and for good reason. I think it's a really fun movie. The Coen Brothers has that same dark sort of comedy drama that all the Coen Brothers films have, and this one's extremely fun in a lot of ways. And I think that all the characters are very memorable, and the dialogue is written so well that you're actually able to quote it to this day, you know, and there's a lot of iconic things about it too, and what makes movies so great is how iconic they can become. 10 years from now, 20 years from now, people still talk about this movie, still make quotes to it, and whenever anyone says, yeah, that's just my opinion, man, or they say the dude, you know exactly what they're referring to. And White Russians even, you know, the drink that he has in the movie. It really, it's set a precedent for itself over time. Big Lebowski is a bit overrated, but still a fun watch. So yeah, I agree. It is slightly overrated. But at the same time, though, I can see why people love the movie. And I think it's a very fun movie. Very, very good. Alright, next we have Raging Bull. So this one I don't see mentioned a lot. In terms of Scorsese movies, I always see, Wolf of Wall Street. I see Shutter Island, The Departed, Taxi Driver. I mean, talk about the GOAT, you know what I mean? Like, Martin Scorsese, one of the best to ever do it. Talk about a track record. You could sit here naming all his movies down the line, and they're all good. Even nowadays, even now with Killers of the Flower Moon and every movie he's done, basically, are all incredibly well done. And Raging Bull's no different. Even back in 1980, Martin Scorsese still cooking, absolutely cooking out here with Robert De Niro and Joe Pesci. Which, Joe Pesci, I mean, how come he didn't make more movies? You know? Absolutely insane actor, in my opinion. Commanded the screen and all the things he was in. And yeah, he's great in this movie. I really like this movie a lot. Love the black and white aesthetic they went with. Love the cinematography. Love the story and everything. I really like this movie. Very good. Very good movie. It's been a long time since I've seen it, but I remember enjoying it and thinking, wow, even for a movie of that age, which we're nearing over 50 years now, basically. Not over 50, what would that, 45 years, whatever it may be. Yeah, still phenomenal. And finally, Moonlight. So this movie is very good as well. Barry Jenkins, Moonlight. I think that the soundtrack of the movie and the cinematography and the way the story's told in 3 separate stages of a person's life, extremely creative, extremely jarring, and effective doing it that way. And I really like it. A. Coleman, it's basic, but Goodfellas will always be the best for me. Yes, Goodfellas is better than Raging Bull. Goodfellas is definitely up there with one of Martin Scorsese's best films of all time. So, but yeah, Moonlight though, phenomenal movie. I remember seeing this in film class. We actually had the class in the theater, which is kind of cool. We actually had the class in the university theaters, and they, screenwriting class, you put on the movie, and I remember thinking, oh, this is a pretty good movie. This is a pretty good freaking movie. I enjoy it. But I will say, though, it is, with all that being said, it is slightly overrated. And also, I must say that La La Land should have won Best Picture that year. They made a mistake. They called out the wrong name. I don't know if you guys remember that. But they said, oh, okay. They said La La Land. They went up there, and then they're like, actually, no, it's Moonlight actually won. Which, granted, if La La Land wasn't in that year, I could see a case for Moonlight, but unfortunately, I think that La La Land is the better movie. It should have won, but that's completely, neither here nor there, if you will. Hey, what's up, Beat Man? How you doing? But yeah, very good movie. Very good movie nonetheless. None of these films are as good as The Boxer's Omen. I have never heard of that, actually. I might have to check that out. Alright, let's check out your half stars here. The Marvels, I heard that was terrible. Shazam! Fury of the Gods, I heard that was okay. I didn't hear it was terrible. Ant-Man and the Wasp, also heard it was terrible. Red Notice, heard it was terrible. I've seen this one. Is this the only one I've seen? No, Star Wars The Last Jedi also. I don't actually remember this one that much. I liked Force Awakens. I saw this one. Very forgettable because I don't really remember it that much, to be honest. Oh, thank you, Beep Man. Yeah, I am thinking of doing. Oh, whoops. I am thinking of doing more of those roasting celebrity Letterboxd. I think it's kind of funny, to do that, and also, there's so many of them. They've gotten pretty much everybody. So, yeah, I'm definitely going to be doing those. Thanks for the feedback on that. Boxer Omen is a Raging Bull, but if it were a bizarre Asian horror movie, sign me up. Sign me up. Grievous, you're the Star Wars guy. What do you think of these 2 half-star ratings here? Because first off, I always see Woods, check 5-star, please. Okay, I'll check out the 5-star in a moment, but I always see The Last Jedi at the half-star mark. I always see that. And I saw the movie, and I could see why people have problems with it, for sure. Oh, there's The Force Awakens. So the modern-day trilogy is... Oh. Dang it. I clicked the wrong thing. Sorry, guys. One freaking... But yeah, no, I always see The Last Jedi up there. I can see why, though. I can see why people maybe don't like those. Alright, check out your 5-star real fast. Okay, Godfather 1, Godfather 2. Amadeus, absolutely legendary, even though they're recreating it for some reason. They're making a show off of Amadeus. Can you believe that? Can you believe that nonsense? They're recreating Amadeus. Unbelievable. Don't touch what doesn't need to be touched. You know what I mean? Don't touch perfection. Don't touch perfection. Dog Day Afternoon mentioned. Yeah. Great movie. Great movie. The Godfather Part 1, Part 2. Like I said, Boogie Nights. Great movie. There Will Be Blood. Love it. Good Will Hunting. One of the best. Parasite is great. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Very good. Very good. I think I still prefer the original one, but very good. The Good, Bad, the Ugly. La Haine. One of the best. Shaun of the Dead. Lord of the Rings in there. City of God. The Thing. Phenomenal. Great movie if you haven't seen it. Horror time. Love Exposure. I've seen this mentioned several times before in a lot of different profiles. You know what, Amethyst? So do I. I still need to see Lawrence of Arabia too. Another cardinal sin committed. But yeah, Love Exposure. I always hear that mentioned. So I might have to check that one out too. And I believe that's on my watch list. Nope. I'm always lying. I swear, I feel like they're taken off my Letterboxd watch list, because I'm telling you right now, every time I think I have something on my watch list, it's not on there. Marcus Bird's movie adaptation or just a Mozart biography show? So it's called Amadeus. So it's the same name. Like they are, I think they're just retelling the story, and it looks pretty much like the same kind of thing. So yeah, they're actually remaking it into a show. Which is crazy. Like, I wouldn't care if it was, Mozart's, like a Mozart story or something, but they're literally calling it Amadeus. So it's crazy. Why are they touching perfection? It's probably one of the best movies of all time, and they're over here trying to, you're not going to improve on it. You know what I mean? You're never going to improve on it. Rewatched The Thing last night. Go to movie. What's up, Oreo Man? Yes, that movie's so good. It's a brilliant movie. And it really puts a lot of CGI slop to shame nowadays. Absolutely, I'm dumbfounded by how good the freaking practical effects are of that movie. Phenomenal. And Perfect Blue, also Perfect Blue mentioned. You like animated movies? You like anime? You like horror? Watch Perfect Blue. That's a great movie too. I saw that this year. Rewatching The Good, the Bad, the Ugly, it's so much better than most of its era. Oh yeah, like some of these classic movies, they hold up way decades later. I mean, it's so impressive, honestly. But honestly, this is a very solid profile, I must say. And I think I'm going to give you a very solid. And this may be graded on a curve a little bit because I have not seen Seven Samurai, unfortunately. Yeah, King Pig, yes. Paprika, also have been hearing great things about that. Also, I hear that that's inspired Inception, some scenes from Inception, and I love Inception. And I could see some similarities between the two of those, so phenomenal. But yeah, I'm going to give this one a very solid 8 out of 10. And I'm going to pretend like this is manually zooming. You see what I'm doing? Like, pretend that I'm not actually moving the mouse. 8 out of 10. Yeah. Very professional. Yeah, thanks for sharing, Woods. I know, the Grievous... I know, right? Isn't it absolutely insane? I mean, talk about quality, you know what I mean? Talk about absolute insane production value of that. Alright. So, we are going to do Macus birds. Macus birds. Oh my god, I keep pressing that. I'm pressing the wrong hotkey here. Macus birds. Alright, I'm going to give you fall here. You may know Kung Fu, but you're still a fairy. 917 films. So I'm actually catching up to you, I must say. I've got around 900, I think. So I'm catching up. I'm catching up to you. 133 this year. You got me beat though. You got me beat on that. That's. I'm not catching up to that. But excellent. All right. So I'm gonna level with you. I haven't seen any of these, but I thought that the stream would very much appreciate some more like of these foreign type movies, and also I'm very interested in seeing more foreign type movies. So I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm going to have to rate your profile off of what you've rated 5 stars or half a star. But I thought that it'd be a good change of pace, and in order to get to everybody, I'm also gonna kind of be doing some that I haven't seen all the movies of, so it's fair game for sure. But yeah, Fallen Angels mentioned, so this is actually on my watch list for sure. There it is. I wasn't lying. See, removed from watch list. It's been on there. Also, the Chungking Express too. That movie, I've been meaning to watch that. Amethyst. That is insane. Wow, 3,136 movies. Wow, what an absolute legend. All right, so we got Hero, which I did start a long time ago. I didn't finish it for whatever reason, but I thought the cinematography was very good from what I saw. Yojimbo, if I'm saying that correctly, 1961 film, The Fallen Angels, and his motorcycle, Her Island. I kind of like the name of that. Never heard of it, but Yojimbo's a great. Fistful of Dollars is a remake of this film. Oh, interesting. Fallen Angels, yeah, I gotta watch that for sure. His motorbike, Her Island. I'm just curious, what's the premise here? After years of chance meetings, a shiftless motorbike enthusiast Ko begins a romance with a carefree girl, Mio. After teaching her to ride, when Mio proves herself a bike prodigy, Ko begins to fear that she's destined to crash. I was not expecting it to take that turn. Enthusiasm. Watching a movie from the watch list is really hard. I agree with you. 100%. I've seen Battle Royale, though. That's a great movie. I really like that one. Alright, so I'm going to have to base it off of your 5 stars here. 5 stars and 1 star. Okay, so let's take a look here. Alright, so The Substance. Love The Substance. Excellent movie. Yeah, I'm going to definitely add that to my watch list for sure. Alright, so The Substance, goated. Goated movie. Absolutely love it. I think that it's probably one of the sharpest sort of like horror type movies I've seen in a long time. This one definitely stood out to me just because of the practical effects and everything. Brilliant movie. Taylor Swift did the Eras Tour. Haven't seen that one, but I'm only mentioning it because I think Taylor Swift just came out with another sort of documentary sort of movie. But it is also funny seeing this among like these really like foreign kind of like cool looking movies, you know. But no hate whatsoever on that. She's got a couple of bops, I'll give her that. Joker 1. So I think Joker's very good. But yeah, I don't know. I think over time, as time has gone on, I feel like this movie hasn't aged as well as when I saw it from the beginning. I remember really liking the movie, but I don't know. After time went on, I'm like, okay, maybe it wasn't as good as we thought it was, you know? But ultimately, I do like the movie overall. Perks of Being a Wallflower. Charms. It says it's amazing. I also heard somebody say it was overrated as well earlier. So a bit of a polarizing movie, if you will. But Perks of Being a Wallflower, I really like this movie. I think it's really fun. The Great Gatsby, okay, interesting. I like the variety here. There's variety movies all over the place here. Chronicle, that's one that doesn't get mentioned a lot. A found footage superhero movie. I feel like it doesn't get talked about enough or as much as it should. Knives Out, I always see that one in the top five. I really like it. Fableman's reference, Spielberg from 30 years ago. If you haven't seen this movie, also great. And I would say that if you like Babylon, you might like this, not for the same reason though. It's not even remotely close to being like Babylon, but I will say that it's about movies and movie making. So if you like that, you'll enjoy it. Okay, and then going on here, yeah, La La Land, excellent. The Untouchables, fun movie. Knowing, where's Nick Cage when you need him? Where's Nick Cage in the chat? He would appreciate this one right here. Knowing. I remember liking that movie when it came out. I wouldn't put it 5 stars, but I will say it's a fun movie. It's definitely a fun movie. I haven't seen it. The Great Gatsby, yeah, goated novel for sure. Inside Out is excellent. The Man from Nowhere, I've seen that one. Korean, I believe. That's a good movie. Really good movie. Black Swan, amazing movie. High School Musical 2, kind of thrown in there, goated. Goated, love to see it. Brokeback Mountain, haven't seen that one. I've heard it's good though. Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, Aviator, Spider-Man 2, and Inglourious Basterds. So I like the variety. You know what I mean? It's all over the place. We got a Disney Channel movie, we got a Harry Potter, we got Inception, we got another animated movie, then we got Wes Anderson, it's all over the place. And I like that. I like to see that. Favorite Nick Cage movie. Yes, Fableman's is a very underrated Spielberg movie. Inside Out, my favorite Pixar movie. Oh yeah, that's a great pick for sure. And another page here, American Psycho, brilliant movie, love it. The Pianist, good. Fight Club, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, Spirited Away, goated. Truman Show, goated. Schindler's List, goated, even though incredibly sad, but goated. La Haine. House, heard that one's crazy. Hikari, which I did see. Harakiri, sorry. I always find that hard to say, but that movie's excellent, actually. Wow. Incredible movie. If you haven't seen it. Power Pulse, what's up? Have you seen Pig? That's an amazing Nick Cage film, in my opinion. He's great in that movie. I did see Pig. I thought... I wasn't I felt like there was more... I felt like there was a lot to be desired at the end of it, in my opinion. I thought that it kind of fell flat near the end part. It was very slow, but I thought he was very good in the movie. And I did appreciate that he did something a little bit different. 12 Angry Men, also goated. So are these two movies sequels or something? Or are they is it a two-parter? Because I'm seeing the same kind of cover. They're 1 year apart. Yojimbo and Sanjuro. So is this part of like a sequel or something? Or is this maybe a two-parter, maybe a Kill Bill situation? And The Wizard of All. Brilliant. Diablo, yes, that's what I love about it. The storytelling in that movie is phenomenal. Godzilla 5-star, also based, yeah. Godzilla. Classic. And I love -1 too. Such a good movie. Alright, and then let's check out your Macus Birds. You've never rated a half a star movie. How about a 1 star? Battle Royale 2. I haven't seen any of these, and I've heard that Battle Royale 2 is bad. It's a sequel? Okay, gotcha. Gotcha. Yeah, Battle Royale is 2, I've heard is awful. I just peep. Yes. The Game, also a great Fincher movie for sure. Doesn't get talked about enough over here. Yeah, The Game, very good movie as well. And Memento, absolutely goated. And Catch Me If You Can, a Leonardo DiCaprio fan here. I'm kidding, you're all literally all over the place. Every single movie is in the top 5 here. Definitely going to add this to my watch list, and this has inspired me to watch more foreign movies. I love Korean movies. Also, I'm a big fan. What's that movie called? I saw The Devil, Old Boy, the Raid movies. Even those aren't Korean. I think those are Indonesian, if I'm not mistaken. But the Raid movies are brilliant. Asian cinema, you know, it's over there. Unnecessary sequel, yeah. Mr. Volpiet, if I said that correctly, thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning into the stream anyways. And yeah, like I said, I'll be trying to do earlier streams to catch the international people. Really appreciate everyone standing by for that. But yeah, I really do admire this profile. And I'm going to give it, and again, you know, this will be great on the curve, but once I see these movies, I'll be able to give an actual proper rating. But I really, in terms of the movie taste, and I'll be judging your movie taste here, you know? I think I'm going to give it a very diplomatic, very solid 8 out of 10. I think I'll give it an 8 out of 10. With the information that I have, I'll give it an 8 out of 10. 7.5, too many 5 stars, okay. Fair criticism, perhaps. But is there ever such a thing? All right. Oh, of course, Macus Birds. Thank you for sharing your profile. It was a very good one. Alrighty. Next one I'm going to do here. And just as a quick reminder, if you haven't, make sure to join the Discord. A lot of fun things happening over there. A lot of great fellow movie lovers putting your Letterboxd profiles, all that good stuff in there. Check that out. But next person I'm going to be doing is Kate Jolson, also known as Nathaniel N9R in the chat. Alright, so let me give you follow first off. Oh, it's your sister. Okay. So this is your sister, Nathaniel's sister. 390 films, 219 this year. Watching movies and fighting writer's block one day at a time. Okay. So, her favorite films are To Kill a Mockingbird, the original. No Country for Old Men. Ordinary People. And Whiplash. So, very good picks. Yeah, guys, I'm trying to make my rounds. Don't lose hope. And to mitigate, obviously, the demand, if you will, I'm going to be doing profiles that I may not have seen all the movies just to keep it going, you know what I mean? Just to keep it moving and do some that have been here. So don't lose hope. Don't lose hope. But anyways, To Kill a Mockingbird. This one doesn't get mentioned at all, but it's a classic. It's a complete, utter classic from a classic book. And I don't know if they're requiring people to read these movies or read this book in high school, but I remember having to read it back in the day. I think it was middle school or high school. They had us reading this book, and let me tell you, it's a great book. It's a classic. There's a reason. Whiplash Returns pleasantly haunt the top 4. Is that a bad thing, Grievous? Are you saying that is a bad thing? Amethyst, I'm surprised you haven't seen Bride of Chucky. I haven't seen Bride of Chucky. I haven't. I've seen bits and pieces when it's come up on TV, but I don't think I've sat down and watched the full movie. Is it worth checking out, do you think? I see. Okay. Well, first off, also, I gotta say, we got Carmy from The Bear. I mean, come on now. Goated. Absolutely goated. Great show. If you haven't seen it, The Bear is great, although kind of lackluster season 2 and 3. So if you have seen that, gotcha, Grievous. Gotcha. I was about to start fighting. I was literally about to start fighting you in the chat just now. No, 100 Whiplash goated. Absolutely Whiplash goated. Yeah, it's the best in the Child's Play series. Okay. Okay, yeah, no, I haven't seen it. I feel like people kind of hate on that one, if I'm not mistaken. I might be wrong about that, but anyways, yeah, To Kill a Mockingbird, classic. Classic. I'm throwing punches. I'm throwing punches here. Hands. I need hands. Yeah. Yeah. Season 1 and 2 are definitely the best. Yes. Season 1, 2 are goated. Season 3 and 4. Did I say season 2? I meant season 3 and 4. Very lackluster. I think season 3 was just... I mean... Yeah, not great. Just a bit of a snooze fest, not gonna lie. Alright, No Country for Old Men. I see this one all the time, and again, for good reason. It's a great movie. Coen Brothers, absolutely goated, man. I love this movie. Just the cinematography, the absolutely haunting performance from Javier Bardem, Josh Brolin, big Josh Brolin fan. Brilliant. And yeah, just one of the most menacing villains that there is. And fun movie trivia, they had to cancel filming No Country for Old Men for one day because of black smoke in the background of the frames, which came from the set of There Will Be Blood. No kidding, is that real? Diablo dropping the hardcore movie facts there. Perfect time to plug the Discord. There's a trivia channel in the Discord. But that's crazy. Can you imagine? First off, that year, what year was this? 2007? Talk about a goated year for movies. If both those movies were being filmed at the same exact time, can you imagine being in the middle of that? Like, imagine you're in the middle of them filming No Country for Old Men, and There Will Be Blood right across the street. Maybe not across the street, but like in the distance. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. Yes, Kingpin. Pig. That's my one and probably my only critique of the movie is it's so phenomenal, so great, so much suspense, and then the end of the movie. That's the only part that's not good. The end of the movie, you're waiting for something to happen. You want something to happen between these two characters, and it just kind of like leaves you hanging. That's the one part of the movie that I just was very unfortunate. I didn't like that. But and I haven't read the book. I'm actually a big fan of McCormick, whatever his name is, the author of the book. I like his books. I'm actually reading Blood Meridian right now, if you've heard of that. But yeah, I mean, No Country. I don't know if that's how the book ends, but they kind of left it hanging a little bit. Brilliant, brilliant stuff. But yeah, no, it's a great movie. And Ordinary People. So I'm sure this is not referencing the John Legend song, but I haven't seen this one. I've actually never even heard of this movie personally, so I'm not sure. Cheeky Patcher, what's up? I think it's purposely unsatisfactory though. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I could definitely see there being a argument to say that it was like that on purpose to kind of leave it on a cliffhanger. A lot of movies do that, leave it open ended. But it just is so good that they're almost setting up for it, That's the reason why it's like such a gut punch at the end of it. Cormac, yeah, it's Cormac. There we go. All right, I don't know why I got the other name. Whiplash, a brilliant movie. If I've said it once, I've said it a million times. Said it once, I've said it a million freaking times. Whiplash is absolutely goated. One of the best movies of all time. Absolutely love it. Can't get enough of it. And we got Aaron Brockovich at 3.5 stars. Stronger with the 1.5. Imagine spending 6 weeks in the hospital and coming home to a deranged family. I'd rather stay in the hospital. I haven't seen this movie. I know what it's about. I haven't seen it though. But that sounds awful. Yes, and they were going to make a Blood Meridian movie. That's right, Amethyst, but I guess I don't know what's going on with that. They haven't actually completed the filming of that yet or anything like that, so I don't know what is happening with that. Alright, let's take a look here. What you got in your top 5. Or not top 5. 5 stars here. Okay, 1917. Brilliant movie, love it. Great war movie. The Peanut Butter Falcon. This one doesn't get mentioned that much, but it's a very wholesome movie. I don't know if it's 5 stars, but it's extremely wholesome. Shia LaBeouf, Dakota Johnson. King Pig. Have you seen any of the David Lynch movies yet? So I did see Mulholland Drive, and I've seen The Elephant Man. But I haven't seen anything else from him, to be honest. So which a couple of his movies have been on my list for sure. I think I want to check out maybe like Lost Highway or something like that. That one kind of piqued my interest, so I might check that out. Amethyst. I'm trying to get Blastbot to watch some Shaw Bros films. I'll have to check that out. The Shaw Brothers. I haven't heard of them, but I'm always open. I'm always open. Yes, Peanut Butter Falcon is definitely a very fun movie. Star is Born. Wow, that movie's a gut punch. Bradley Cooper, he directed that one, right? He's making another one. He's making a new movie as well. Inland Empire. I've also heard that one's great, so I might check that one out as well. Darkest Hour. I personally, I'm going to be that guy. I thought The Darkest Hour, while Gary Oldman is absolutely goated, absolutely brilliant actor, I thought this movie was a little bit of a snooze, to be honest. I thought it was just very slow, and while it may be super accurate, it was missing something for me. Oh, the Shaw Bros are producers. Okay. I gotta look into them. Prisoners. Great movie. Nightcrawler's great. La La Land is great. Inception, love that one. Catch Me If You Can is amazing. Let's see what else we got here. Life is Beautiful, The King's Speech, Life is Beautiful. Wow, I mean, what a powerful film, That one was probably one of the best ever. Rocky, Hoosiers, some Hoosiers love. You don't really see Hoosiers mentioned that much. But Hoosiers is kind of goated, not gonna lie. It's a basketball movie. Alright, and I also saw It's a Wonderful Life. Amazing. Absolutely amazing movie. If you got some old movies in there as well, so good for you. What's this? Mr. Holland's Opus? Never heard of that. Some of these I haven't heard of, but I do like a lot of these. I do think that the ones that I do know of deserve to be on here for the most part. The Artist is pretty good. Groundhog Day is great. Alright, and then just check out your 5 stars for the giggles. Barbie with the half. I said 5 star, half a star. Barbie with the half star. Holy crap! What happened? Wait, I'm trying to see your review of it. Pardon my French. This was a pile of crap. I mean, I wouldn't go that far. I mean, I thought it was very overrated, but I didn't think it was. I didn't think it was that bad. Half a star, jeez. Tell us how you really feel. The ending chills. Yeah, I agree. That's a great freaking movie. I didn't give your I didn't give your Barbie review half a star, or give it a like. Gotta do that. But ultimately, I like the profile. Again, relatively on the newer side, and all these movies are very great. Though I can't speak on Ordinary People, but very good. Bro hates women. You caught me. You caught me. Bro does not feel the Kenergy. I'm gonna give this one. I'm gonna give your sister her profile a very solid. Seeing 8.5, seeing a couple of other people. I think 8.7, okay. 3.5. I think these are very solid for the most part. So I'm going to give it a very solid 8 out of 10. I think that's very solid. I think No Country for Old Men and Whiplash are all both probably top 10 of all time. And then To Kill a Mockingbird is also incredibly good. And as long as Ordinary People isn't total utter trash, it's pretty fair. So I think I'm going to give you an 8 out of 10 for your movie selection. Thank you for sharing that profile. All right. So next one we've got Amethyst. You're up. You are up. And I'm already following you. Love it. Love the logo right there. Love to see it. The moon guy from back in the day with the McDonald's thing. All right, so 3,136 films under your belt. I believe that's the most I've seen anyone have in terms of movies watched. That's absolutely insane. Peak profile picture, I agree. Diablo 2, where do you get your name? That's a good question, and I hate to disappoint, but I don't know. Just one day when me and my co-host were creating the channel, we just kind of like came up with a random name or something. So yeah, unfortunately, there's no insane backstory to the name, but it just kind of stuck, and kind of has a ring to it, maybe. But yeah, roast meat's fine. Okay, where to roast? Just find something to roast here. No, I'm 34. Okay, so going back to that, that's insane. 395 this year. So some, not that it's a competition, but some of the people that we've reviewed before, like in total, you have more movies watched this year than they do in total, which is absolutely insane. Absolutely absurd. In a good way, though. So I do respect your opinion on movies, for sure. Alright, I'm 34, midlife crisis incoming. He/him. You're young, you're still young, alright? You're still young. I'll alternate my favorite 4 films to reflect other 5-star movies in my favorites list. If you want to really look at my true top movies of all time, just go to my every movie I ever watched in my life ranked best to worst. Don't tell me. Don't tell me. Don't tell me you did it. Don't tell me you ranked every single movie you've ever seen. Holy crap. Insanity. Absolutely insanity. And a lot of respect. No, I give a lot of respect. This is what I'm talking about right here. This is what I'm talking about. Wow. Okay, so I'm gonna kind of go off of this then, because since maybe I haven't seen your top 4, but I'll just check what you have like in your top 20 or something, just to see. All right, so okay, there's Inland Empire. Who Framed Roger Rabbit? That's a fun one. Jurassic Park. Let's go. That's a great movie. The Matrix. One of my favorite movies of all time. Definitely agree. You have even the exact numbers and everything. That's what I'm talking about. Absolute madman. Absolute madman. But I love it. Absolutely love it. And I love some of these posters too. Really cool posters for sure. Possession. This has been on my watch list. Yeah, see, it's there on my watch list. The Thing. So The Thing is excellent. Absolutely love The Thing. Amazing. So that being number 1, high props for that. Bro needs to find his family. No, his family is film. That's his family. All right. The man eats, lives, and breathes film, as it should be. Alright, Grievous, thanks so much for tuning in. Good luck in college tomorrow. But thanks for tuning in, much appreciated, man. Alright, Scream. Also great. Great. What is this cover? Just, it looks like a comedy. Doesn't this look like a comedy movie? That's hilarious. Yeah, I need to watch Possession too, Bill. Alien. A comedy to bring the whole family to. Coming to a theater near you. With the cat and everything. Unbelievable. Everything, everywhere, all at once. Great movie. And wow, that is crazy that you have it in the top 20. No, it's a great movie. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, I like that Alien cover too. Actually, Amethyst. I actually like that. Society. I've heard the ending of this movie is diabolical. That's what I've heard. From what I've seen, from the things I've seen, absolutely diabolical. Everything, Everyone, All at Once though is a great movie. I really like that one. Mulholland Drive. Okay, I like that movie too. Halloween. Great. Perfect Blue. Love to see it. Freddy Got Fingered at 26. You got some explaining to do, Amethyst. What is this? What on God's green earth is Freddy Got Fingered doing at number 26? You got some major explaining to do. Tom Green. Okay, you're a Tom Green fan. Okay, that's fair. I always thought maybe this movie was is it really in the Criterion Collection, or is it just cinematic genius? King Pig, Mulholland Drive is in my top 10. Yeah, it's a great movie. Very good movie, actually. Really like it. Saw it this year, and I really enjoyed it. That's actually insane if it's in the Criterion Collection. Anyways, moving on. Perfect Blue is brilliant. Matilda, AI, The Evil Dead. Pleasantville is also a great movie. Really like to see that. Ferris Bueller's Day Off. So I do like that you do have a variety, you know? The Wizard of Oz is excellent, at number 50. So, to get this... Oh, it's a joke? Okay, I was about to say, I swear to God, if they put Freddy Got Fingered in the Criterion Collection, that's insanity. Absolute insanity. But so Madman's telling me that Freddy Got Fingered is better than The Shining and Wizard of Oz and Seven Samurai. Absurd. Ridiculous. Scott Pilgrim versus the World. Wow, what a cover. Where are these covers coming from? This is the Smashing Pumpkins cover. That's great. I love that one. Major props for that. One of my favorite movies of all time, too. Should be higher up, in my opinion. I really like the covers. So when you see a new movie, do you... Like, how does that work? Do you have to come in here and kind of, like, edit? Like, you have to kind of replace one of the slots, I guess? Okay, I see. I'm having a lot of fun with this profile because this is perhaps the most effort I'd seen in a profile. So with all that being said, though, I do need to see. Wow, this cover right, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Literally with the chainsaw. Like, what is this? The horror movie over here? Just the whole absolute horror movie. Well, I'm curious. I wish they would allow you to filter out, because I am curious to see, like, what modern movies you have on here. Because I did see. I mean, I've seen a couple. Like, you do have Everything Everywhere All at Once, but I'm curious to see, like, where you put some more modern movies. You know, in the list. I joined Letterboxd last year too. Wow, it's crazy. Well, if you've ranked, let's see what you have at the very bottom. What do you mean, What do you mean you didn't like the War of the Worlds? The absolute brilliance, sheer brilliance of War of the Worlds. Killer Sofa, Jesus. So at rank 3089, you have The Shark Exorcist. Oh, here we go. You're right. You can sort... Okay, so you have The Substance at 66. Beau's Afraid at 275. But that's the thing, though. Even having that at 275 is not bad. Oh, I'm gonna watch it. If you're talking about the Shark, the Exorcist, I'm gonna watch that now. I'm putting that on my watch list. Sinners, you got at 317 out of 3,000. Insane. Oh, there's the Phoenician Scheme. That's also a pretty fun movie. I like that one. K-pop Demon Hunters at the 500 mark. So again, even a movie in the 200s, while it's not great, it's still, like, considered, you know, considered all right. Thanks for tuning in, Kingpin. Have a good rest of your night. But yeah, it's still considered okay, you know? The Akira Barbie is crazy. Let me see. Oh yeah, that's great. These covers are phenomenal. Truly phenomenal. Absolutely love to see it. Okay, let's see what else here. We're all going to the World's Fair. I heard about this movie. 600, 900. What do you got in the thousands? Black Phone's up in the thousands. Wow. Okay. Tell me how you really feel about it. Thoughts? Hey, what's up, Ben Harrison? Thoughts on Anchorman? That's a fun movie. It's a fun movie. I enjoy Anchorman. It's funny. I'm not a huge comedy guy, you know, even though I'm hilarious. So you wouldn't think so, but I think that Anchorman is a fun movie, and it is pretty funny. Honestly, if you haven't seen the bloopers, check out the bloopers. They're pretty hilarious. Clown and Cornfield at the 1,834 mark. In a Violent Nature, 2027th mark out of 3,000. Yeah, I wasn't a huge fan. Really wasn't a huge fan of this one. I thought that it kind of got, I don't know, it lost its path in the halfway point. Kind of became very gimmicky, but it had some pretty cool kills, not gonna lie. What else we got? Matrix Resurrection. This should be in the 3000s for sure, in my opinion. Just truly an awful remake. Or a sequel, if you will. A requel, if you will. Just what were they thinking with that, man? And Cocaine Bear, yeah, awful. But wow, I have to give it to you. This level of... Oh, this is Barbarian. Wow. These posters are crazy, man. These posters are absolutely crazy. Ooh, I really like that Godzilla -1 poster. Very cool. Insane. Absolutely insane. Be her little baby. Crazy. No weapons poster? Very fun profile, though. Very fun. Really appreciate it. Really appreciate the absolute determination, you know? And last thing I'll look here. And again, unfortunately, I haven't seen your... I didn't even go through your top 4 here. The Boxer's Omen, The Bride of Chucky, Sadako versus Kayako. I don't know if I said that correctly. And The Devil. The Diablo. I haven't seen any of those, to be honest, but they kind of piquing my interest by some of the covers. But last thing I'll take a look at to give a firm rating of your profile. Some horror movies here. So, okay, so similar, I mean, you know, some of these I already saw in your top 10. Twin Peaks, Inferno, Nightmare on Elm Street, excellent. Black Christmas, okay, I see. The Ring versus The Grudge, basically. Okay. Diablo is amazing. Yeah, I'll add that to my... It's kind of catching my eye here. The Devil. Add it to the watch list here. But no, this is an extremely fun profile, and again, the absolute what's it called? The absolute determination and the willpower to make this profile is diabolical. Absolutely diabolical, like this movie right here. Diabolique. Absolutely diabolical. What's the cover also? What's this cover up here? While I get my rating ready. If you haven't joined, also, Amethyst, join the Discord if you haven't. Would love your input in the movies scene as well. And everybody, too. Open invitation to everybody. Love hearing people talk about their movie tastes and everything. Love to see it. Okay, let's see. What to give Mr. Amethyst here. Oh, the Boxer's Omen. Gotcha. Okay. Eight out of 10, 10, 10 out of 10. $8.5. I'm going to give you a very solid, very high score of 9.5. It doesn't even fit on the screen. Where is it? 9.5. And the 0.5 comes out because I don't fully agree with the top 10, or I haven't seen enough to fully check out your top 5. But yeah, I have to give you the 9.5, the very high score 9.5, because the absolute, yeah, no, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. In a good way, though, in a good way. So keep the movie watching. Keep the movie watching. Love the profile. Thank you for sharing, Amethyst. And for the support. Or you know what time it is. So basically, everyone that's putting their profile now, I do expect everyone to have at least have watched a minimum of 3,000 films to be able to compare. You know, is that a fair rule? I think everybody, minimum of 3,000 films. Kidding, obviously. I'm not even remotely close to that, so I don't even have a third of that. Like, if you were to cut this in thirds, I don't even have a third of his movies watched. Insane. Insanity. Absolutely insanity. Absolute insanity, man. All right. We got... Next person we have is Power Pulse in the chat, also known as Aaron Kyotor. Probably said that wrong. My French accent is not great, if it is French. But I'm going to give you a follow here. Formerly a killer, mostly a screamer. Happy early Halloween. Spooky, very spooky. Alright, so 122 films under your belt, 109 this year, so new profile. I'm guessing newer profile for sure, but we don't judge here. A big duality, big duality from the previous Amethyst profile, which is hilarious. But not everyone can be Amethyst, right? All right, favorite films are The Thing, Death Proof, American Psycho, and Silence of the Lambs. So, you're a big horror movie guy, love to see it. Love to see it. It's Halloween time. What better way to do that than just watch a crap ton of horror movies, right? Yeah, we do. We have a horror fan on our hands. Absolutely. Alright, so starting off with The Thing. Again, like we were talking about, brilliant. I mean, a masterpiece. Really, a masterpiece. It transcends genres. It transcends the technology of the time. You know, being able to basically just a few less films, exactly. be able to do the practical effects and have so much suspense. And not only is that it's not all about the effects though. The acting is brilliant from Kurt Russell. Everyone in the crew, you feel the tension, you feel the suspense throughout the crew, and just not knowing who might be Cultior means musician in Irish. Okay. I think I'm saying it wrong, but it looked French to me for some reason. I don't know, but okay, that makes sense. But yeah, no, the thing, it's like having that tension and suspense of any of these people could have the thing inside them or be the thing, you know? And the fact that it tries to blend in with humans is such a creepy idea, honestly. So, and I love that. I absolutely love the fact that they were able to bring that tension out in the middle of nowhere, like in the middle of Antarctica or whatever, you know? In the freezing cold, and we have this group trying to take care of this thing. It's brilliant. It's really a brilliant movie. John Carpenter really is a horror god, if you will. So yeah, the thing's great. Regrettably, haven't seen Death Proof. Haven't seen this movie. I've heard it's good. Grindhouse movie, right? Seems really fun though from the clips I've seen. But regrettably, have not seen Death Proof. So can't comment on that one, but I've seen the other three. So American Psycho, brilliant movie. Really, really like Christian Bale in it. I think he's such a great actor. One of the best out there. One of the best out here, and the range that this guy has is always just so impressive. All the things that he's done, the way he's morphed his body, you know, he's super skinny in one movie, and then he's like all big for another movie, and then he gets slimmed down again, and then he gets muscly for like The Dark Knight in this movie. So yeah, I mean, talk about an actor who throws himself into the role. But American Psycho has a vibe unlike any other film I've seen. Just the way that everyone talks in the movie, it's so satirical. And it's such a mockery, you know, of like society in general, and the way that people talk, maybe businessmen and stuff. It's so hard to grasp like the tone that they're able to catch in this movie because it's so unique. And I think the way he plays this character, it's like you can't take your eyes off the screen. At this sort of psychotic, self-centered, narcissistic businessman. And the way everyone interacts with each other, I don't know. It's like, it's so unique to me, this movie. So it's such a great movie. I really love American Psycho. I remember watching it. I was hooked the whole way, and it makes it so entertaining watching it. And then The Silence of the Lambs, another fantastic movie. Jonathan Demme, some of the most iconic roles ever done by actors. Jodie Foster and Anthony Hopkins completely deserved their flowers and their awards for their performance in this movie. Talk about a movie that stays with you. Phenomenal cinematography, great story. Hannibal Lecter is frightening in this movie, played by Anthony Hopkins. I mean, he commands the screen. You can't look away, and the movie doesn't let you look away. And just the attention to detail as well, with all the shots are very deliberate. The use of, you know, the first person views, basically, you know, putting yourself in, like, the characters are looking at you through the screen. Yeah, it's crazy. And I think that, like, just the sheer quality from beginning to end of the movie is so fantastic. And it's very, like, unsettling in a lot of ways, too. But I love it. It's a classic movie, honestly. Silence of the Lambs is brilliant. Truly brilliant. Alright, we've got ourselves a classic here, folks. Silence of the Lambs is one of the most iconic, beloved horror movies of all time. It's one of my personal favorites. Totally agree. Totally agree with you on that. It's just sheer brilliance in every single way. Alright, let's take a look at your 5 stars here. Oreo Man. Yes, Silence of the Lambs is the best crime thriller of all time. Yes, one of the best next to like Seven and some other movies in that realm. Yeah, definitely one of the best, for sure. Anthony Hopkins is the GOAT. Yes, the claustrophobic cinematography is breathtakingly terrifying. Yes, yes. I saw this on the big screen. It was shown at one of my classes during university, and they showed. I had already seen it before that, but they showed it again. And just, I mean, seeing his face on the big screen, like Anthony Hopkins, like his whole, like they zoom in, like you can't. There's nowhere to hide. Basically, he's staring right at the camera. It was a special experience seeing this on the big screen. Just having him stare straight at you, and everyone watching. Brilliant. All right, so we got X. Oh, it's Bo Burnham. I think I saw that special. All right, so X. I have my beef with this trilogy, because I am a big fan of X and I'm a big fan of Pearl. I think this could have been probably one of the best trilogies in my opinion, but then Maxine came out and ruined it. Maxine absolutely ruined my fate in the movie. Ty West, I didn't know who he was before this, and I saw, wow, X, that's a great horror movie. And then I saw Pearl, like, oh my god, that's great. And I was like, what am I watching? Like, I was watching Maxine in the theater, and I'm like, what the hell are they doing? They totally butchered this horror series. But anyways, X alone, though, I really do like X. It's a great modern-day horror movie. A classic modern-day horror movie, in my opinion. And Mia Goth is such a great actor. She's made for the horror franchise, in my opinion. She's made for it. So, 100%. I mean, great pick. Definitely, I could see the 5-star for sure. Jackie Brown is a 5-star movie. There's Jackie Brown. I personally wouldn't put it the 5-star, but it's a very good Quentin Tarantino movie. One that doesn't get mentioned that much, but it's really good. Really good movie. Kill Bill, both of them, Kill Bill 1, 2, and the whole bloody affair. Whole bloody... Yeah, King Pig, exactly. Maxine is mid. So freaking mid, man. Is Pearl on here? I do not see Pearl. Oh, Full Metal Jacket, love to see it. Naked Gun, also a great one. Reservoir Dogs, more Tarantino. Django Unchained, goated, Inglourious Bastard. So a big Quentin Tarantino fan here as well. Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, phenomenal movie. In my top 4. Such a fun movie. The Hateful Eight, I personally wouldn't give it 5 stars, but it's decent, I'd say. It's decent. Some of these I regrettably have not seen. Oh, The Matrix also. Love The Matrix. Love The Matrix. Haven't seen Dogma. I've heard it's a fun movie, though. Kevin Smith and Ben Affleck's in that one, and some other ones. Fight Club, classic. Yeah, really good 5 stars. Definitely very solid. And my favorite horror films in no particular order. So got Jaws, Nope up here, okay. Nope, Long Legs, Nightmare on Elm Street, heck yeah. 10 Cloverfield Lane, that one doesn't get mentioned a lot, and it should. 7. I guess that's has horror elements. I guess I wouldn't call it a horror movie, but basically, I mean, it's pretty terrific, pretty terrifying. I guess what humans can do to one another, right? Videodrome, that's a good one too. Really like that movie. From Dusk Till Dawn. Tarantino's a freak in that one. Jurassic Park. Mandy, where's Nick Cage at? Alien, Candyman, The Slumber Party Massacre, Scream, classic. So yeah, I'm a big horror fan. I love horror movies. And yeah, so honestly, this list is great. I really love these. I haven't seen Death Proof, so I can't comment on it, but absolutely a huge fan. Huge freaking fan of this list right here. A lot of goated movies. I'd give it a very solid... Yes, 7 is one of the best endings to a movie ever. I'm going to give you a very solid. We got a 7 out of 10. We've got 7.5. Okay, some people aren't super happy with it. I'm gonna give this one. I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. Honestly, I think these three movies are some of the best movies ever made, and I can't really talk on Death Proof. Oh, losing my voice here. I can't really talk on Death Proof that much, but these three, I think they're brilliant movies, all of them. So there's the fade out effect. Welcome back, Macus Birds. Welcome back. Screw YouTube. Screw YouTube, right? Alright, let's take a look here. Angel coming out with the 6 out of 10. Saying, get this profile out of my face. Thank you for sharing, though, Aaron. All right. Next up, we have Chick 4G or Chickage. Is that it? What do you say it like that? I'm gonna give you follow here. All right. 766 films under your belt. 144 this year. Okay. 21-year-old male, just got into this movie shit, still trying to remember everything I watched. John Woo is goated, by the way. Okay, that's fair. So these kind of switch around everything. All right, let's get it. Yeah, let's go. So your top 4 here are Dawn of the Dead, Goodfellas, The Good, the Bad, the Ugly, and Hard Boiled. That is an absolutely diabolical poster. I haven't seen this movie. Regrettably, I was gonna get that point. And by the way, this has been on my watch list. Actually, I was actually about to watch it, but I couldn't find it anywhere. I think that's what happened. But holy crap! Just holding the baby with the shotgun and holding the baby in one hand, shotgun in the other hand. Crazy stuff. So I've seen Dawn of the Dead. So Dawn of the Dead, I mean, that's a fun sort of original sort of zombie movie. It's a classic. George A. Romero, I mean, talk about somebody who pretty much invented or completely redefined what it means to make a zombie movie. And I mean, the GOAT John Woo action. W move posters. Exactly. Shotgun in one hand, baby in the other. Like, it's nothing. Like, he's just holding both. Like, okay, yeah, what of it? Look, he's staring at the camera like, what are you going to do about it? You know what I mean? What are you going to do about it? Like, try something. Try me. Yeah, but no, Dawn of the Dead, though, very good movie. It's very fitting for nowadays, by the way, with Halloween time. It's very fitting. Dawn of the Dead is the best zombie movie of all time, and it's not even close. Yeah, I mean, I definitely see why you have it on here, for sure. And I'm trying to think of, like, what zombie movies are, like, is great. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like zombie movies, like, they could be much better than they actually are. For some reason, you know? Going on to Goodfellas, Martin Scorsese, the GOAT. Martin Scorsese, absolutely phenomenal. This movie's great. One of the best mobster movies of all time. Love the performances. Ray Liotta, Robert De Niro, Joe Pesci. Their chemistry is amazing. The story's great. And what I love about this movie, it keeps moving. You know what I mean? Timu movie poster. Yeah, I gotta say though, it is giving kind of like low quality, you know, the hard boiled poster. It's so funny, but yeah, I love Goodfellas. Yes. 28 Days. Train to Busan. Train to Busan's great. I actually really like Train to Busan. Pretty sad movie actually too, but yeah, I really like that one. Not many people talk about that one, actually. People should probably talk about that one some more. Same with Wreck, that's a great found footage one. But, yeah, no, I love Goodfellas, though. And the movie keeps going, it keeps moving. You know, it doesn't really take, like, it doesn't slow down or anything like that. It just keeps moving. So, yeah. Funny how? What am I, clown to you? Funny how? Alright, The Good, the Bad, the Ugly. This one's come up several times as well, and for good reason. I mean, it's a classic Western movie. Again, not huge into Westerns, but I think that this movie's great. I mean, you can't deny its brilliance, even for its age. 1966, iconic soundtrack, iconic story. It just has that iconic feel to it, you know? Yeah, Amethyst. It's so funny because that scene is just improvised. Like Joe Pesci they just did that, and that's the brilliance of Martin Scorsese. Just let his actors do whatever they want, and they come out with these improvised lines. And not only that, but you need to be a great actor to come up with something like that on the spot and to run with it too, and to actually make it convincing. Also, so on top of all that, not only are you improvising it, but you're playing along with it and you're making it convincing. I mean, iconic. People don't talk about Casino enough. Yes. Casino is also another great Martin Scorsese movie. Probably one of my favorite openings from his movies. I think Casino has such a good opening shot. Like the immediate, like, I don't want to spoil anything, but it's just like, it's such a jarring beginning. Even though it looks a little fake, I really like the beginning of it. And yes, the soundtrack is so good of Goodfellas also. But yeah, The Good, the Bad, the Ugly is great. Great movie. And then Hardboiled, haven't seen it. I'm going to check that out though, for sure. I've only heard great things about it. And I'm a big action fan. I like action movies. And I've only ever heard great things about this movie. So, yeah, definitely going to check that one out. The Shining at 4.5 here. Psycho with the 5-star. Alright, let's check out... Wait a minute, let's take a little detour here. Christopher Nolan ranked. Let's take a look. Tenet all the way at the bottom. Interesting. Very interesting here. Interstellar at the number 1 spot. Oppenheimer, Memento, The Dark Knight, The Prestige, Inception, Dark Knight Rises, Insomnia, Dunkirk. Insomnia over Dunkirk, Tenet, and Batman Begins. Definitely a hot take. Marcus Bird's Hardboiled is on Tubi. I gotta check it out then. Check it out. Nick Cage, there you are. There's been several mentions of Nick Cage throughout this episode so far. And we're wondering, where are you? Where are you? Because you would love it. So a movie was mentioned. I forgot exactly who had it on their And if you're in the chat, please identify yourself. But somebody I did earlier had Knowing, the Nick Cage movie Knowing on there. Which is a great pick, actually. Insomnia is underrated. Yes. Insomnia is better than Dunkirk, you're saying. Okay, you're doubling down on it. I see. I mean, I'll agree that Dunkirk, is slightly overrated. I thought Dunkirk was good, but it didn't really do it for me that much, to be honest. I think The Dark Knight should be... it's tricky because Memento's great, too. He's got so many good ones. Yeah, Amethyst, I mean, listen, not everything can be Freddy Got Fingered. You know what I mean? Not everything can be that as good as Freddy Got Fingered. It's unfortunate, but true. Dunkirk, not even a top 10 war movie for me. yeah, Amethyst, yes, exactly. I need to get a sausage emoji, if YouTube will allow that. I think I need to get one of those in there. That's actually hysterical. Alright, let's check out your movies here. You got 766, so let's take a look here at your 5 stars. Home Alone, Donnie Darko. I was just talking about Donnie Darko the other day. And I must say, its graphics haven't aged very well, in my opinion. But again, you don't really watch this... You don't really watch the movie for the effects. But I was just saying they haven't aged the best, if you will. That's more of a Twitch emote. Yeah, exactly. Gone Girl. Got some Fincher in there for sure. Godzilla -1. Peak cinema. Absolute peak cinema. Up 7. Another Fincher. Love it. Love to see it. Die Hard is great. 12 Angry Men, Psycho. Finding Nemo is great. Wreck-It Ralph is very good. Kung Fu Panda 2 is also very good. Toy Story 3. So, a lot of great animated movies here. Terminator 2, Judgment Day. Coraline 5-star, the 5-star, yep. Monster House. That's a really fun one too. I've watched some of these. I gotta keep indicating some of these. So a lot of kind of I see some ocean, Our Planet, Ocean, stuff like that, which I respect. You know, I respect that. The Sandlot. And to top it all up, we got a Charlie Brown Christmas. And at the half stars here, we got the Emoji Movie, Final Destination. Which one's that one? The 2009 one, Cat in the Hat. That's the scariest thing I've seen. Seen clips of, at least. Haven't even seen it, but I've heard of the horrors of the Cat in the Hat. I mean, truly a terrifying movie. Truly terrifying. Okay, so I haven't seen this one. I've seen these 3 though, and I really do like them. They're not in my top 10 or anything like that, but I can't deny the brilliance of all of them. But Goodfellas is, though. I will say Goodfellas is definitely top 10 movies for me of all time, for sure. So I'm going to give you a very solid... Cat in the Hat hurts. What a banger movie. Yeah, that's how you know the movie's good. You know, it's got to hurt you. It's got to hurt you physically to watch it. You got to be cringing to an immense degree to truly enjoy it. 9 out of 10, 8.5. All right, King Pig, thanks for tuning in. Really appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed. Alright, I'm going to give it a very solid. And a definite 8.9 out of 10 for Cat in the Hat. Yeah, exactly. Honestly, if there was more movies like Cat in the Hat, it'd be 10 out of 10. I'm going to give it a very solid 8 out of 10. I think that's very fair. Dream... Oh, I didn't mention your Paprika reference in my location. Dream World via DC Mini. So I haven't seen Paprika, but it's on my watch list. But I definitely want to check that out. But for those who have seen the movie, pop the reference there. Alright. Let's see here. Time to pick. Yeah. All right, so Bill will be our final profile of the night. Check that out. So Bill, AK, is in the chat, also known as Blarg57. Don't blarg in my direction, man. Alright, so we have Lost in Translation, Manchester by the Sea, Neon Genesis Evangelion, The End of Evangelion, and The Substance. Alright, so I haven't seen these two middle ones, although I've heard that this one's extremely sad. And I've heard this one's very good too, but I hear Evangelion, or Evangelion, however you say it, is extremely long. So that's probably why I haven't checked it out either, but I've heard good things about it. So we got Society and House. Okay. Oh, Black Bag with the 2 stars. I enjoyed this movie. I actually really liked it, so very curious seeing at the 2 stars. But anyways, Lost in Translation. This movie is very fun. It's a very wholesome movie, I'll say. It's bittersweet, actually. I'll say bittersweet. Maybe not fun, maybe isn't the right word, but bittersweet is the right way to put it. But yeah, I mean, I think that this movie, like I said earlier with Call Me By Your Name, I think it's just one of those movies that takes you on a trip, takes you on a journey, you know? For those of you who want to just be kind of traveling, if you will, through your movies, this one's a great one for that. And that's fair, Bill. That's fair. But yeah, it's just has like a very human vibe to it. Manchester by the Sea is a great movie, but I'll never watch it again. Yeah, I've heard it's brutal. I've heard that's definitely a brutal movie for sure. But yes, but yeah, Lost in Translation, Sofia Coppola. So I can confirm that this movie is better than Megalopolis, that's for sure. But yeah, I really like this movie. I think it's really a good movie overall, and it just, I like the end. I love the soundtrack, and I don't know, it has a vibe to it, that special vibe to it that only this movie has. All right, and going on to The Substance. So I love The Substance so much. It's such a brilliant movie in terms of horror movies. love The Substance. I think it's effects, its cinematography, its visual storytelling, some of the best I've seen in recent time. And I'll go on a limb and say it's probably one of the best modern day horror movies I've seen probably in the past couple of years. Definitely one of the best, up there for sure. I love it. I absolutely love it. And at the end of the day, I think that this director has a long career ahead of her, for sure. What was the name of the guy that had Nicolas Cage's Knowing? I forgot. I forgot who it was exactly. Macus Birds, if you're still here, was it you? I don't know if it was, I don't know if it was Macus Birds. It was somebody. I don't know. Well, one of them had it. They didn't have it in their top 5, but they had it rated 5 stars. Yeah. I love the Bill. I love the Air song that they have in it. If you know what I'm talking about, Alone in Kyoto. That's on my That's on my iTunes. My playlist. Yeah, I still have iTunes. What of it? Yeah, it's on my playlist. Beautiful, beautiful song. Really think it matches the vibe of the movie as well. But going back to Substance, yeah, I absolutely love the visual storytelling. Phenomenal. And great acting too. I think Demi Moore does a great job. Margaret Qualley also is great in it. Great chemistry. Hey, okay, it was you. Okay, nice. Yes. So, all right, let's check out the films here. What you got? What you got in the half star? Tarot. Fool me once, fool me twice. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, you can't get fooled again. Morbius and Dragon Ball Evolution. Alright, I've heard all these are awful. And I've never even heard of Fool Me Once, so there's that. Alright, let's check out your 5 stars here. Let's take a look. I will find you. And I will follow you. I also saw Knowing in the theater. Macus Birds. I also saw it. And it was actually pretty cool to see it in the movie theater. Alright, so let's take a look here. Sinners. They're Sinners. What a great roundabout way to end this off with Sinners. Amazing. Baby Oopsie 3, Burn Baby Burn. Well, how come I've never heard of this movie? That looks absolutely diabolical. That's actually hilarious. The best of the trilogy, cinematic masterpiece, twists and turns I never saw coming. I love Baby Oopsie. Should I check it out? Is that worth checking out? Watch Morbius straight after. Watch Morbius straight after House. Worst mistake of my life. That's hilarious. That's actually hilarious. Train to Busan. Hey, it's a great one. Your Name, also great. Gone Girl is good. Florida Project is excellent. Matrix. Punch Drunk Love. Love to see it. The Room. Fantastic movie. The Raid. The Raid doesn't get enough love. The Raid deserves all the love in the world, all the credit. Phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal movie. If you love action, watch The Raid. Brilliant movie. Scream. Jingle All the Way. Jingle All the Way. Very, very interesting pick for sure. Grave of the Fireflies. The Big Lebowski, again. Get Out, I would not have on there personally. Marriage Story is very good. Hey, yes, I definitely want to have a watch party, for sure, in the Discord. Alright, let's see here. Yeah, Toy Story 2. Oh, there's another Freddy Got Fingered. Are you kidding me? Are you absolutely kidding me? That's second of the night with the 5-star. See what you did, Amethyst? Do you see what's happening here? It's anarchy now. It's anarchy in these streets. Absolute, utter anarchy. Based. I'm thinking of ending things. I did see that one. I thought it was pretty good, pretty interesting overall. Poor Things. I'm seeing some troll pics, so yeah, I could definitely see some. Unless you genuinely think that the Vertigo figured in the room are 5 stars, in which I gotta respect you. I gotta respect you for going against the grain. 7 is phenomenal. Scream is great. Paddington 2, also great. What's this movie right here? Evangelion 3+1, Thrice Upon a Time. It's a straight up fact. I mean, yeah, Freddy Got Fingered. Yeah. Truly a masterpiece from what I've heard, from what I've seen, from the clips I've seen. Would you like some sausages? You know what I mean? That's really, at the end of the day, what we're asking at the end of it. And then let's take a look at the final thing here. Movies that hit better at 1 a.m. Enter the Void, I agree with that. In the Mood for Love, also agree with that one. Coraline, for sure. Nightcrawler, Videodrome, Drive. Drive is the pick for that, for sure. Samuel, go to a theatrical showing of The Room and you'll agree that it's a 5-star experience. You know what? That's a fair point. I will give you that. It's a fair point. If I went to see this with a group of friends and a bunch of people in the theater, I can definitely see that being a 5-star experience. But also, are we rating off the experience or are we rating off the movie? That's the real question. Oh, hi, Mark. Society, I've heard that one's insane. Yeah, I mean, I might have to check some of these out. And then just curious real fast, what's your top 5 here? So these are your top 5. I've seen all of these except Bring Her Back and Companion, but I've seen Sinners, saw this one. I have to disagree, personally. I think One Battle After the Other should be on here. Hey Aaron, how you doing? Welcome. Sinners. Ugly Stepsister doesn't get enough love. Aaron coming in already calling out the list. Yeah, that's 6, not 5. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, Ugly Stepsister, like I was saying though, it doesn't get the love that it deserves. I think that this movie is really good and probably in my top 10 this year. Personally, probably in my top 10. Really enjoy it. Yeah, definitely check it out if you haven't seen it. Together was such a good premise, but I feel like they kind of just blew it at the end, in my opinion. I thought that as the movie went on, it kind of just lost its touch. I wish I liked it more. And then Naked Gun was a fun movie. And Sinners, like I'm saying, it's over the top. Overrated. There's the overrated emote. There it is. Overrated. Yeah, 4.5 for Ugly Stepsister is definitely very valid. But yeah, ultimately, I do like this profile though, very much. I'm Bill. You know what? The time has come to give you a rating. I do agree in a good amount of your 5 stars, and these two right here are both great picks. I really do like them. I can't speak on these two in the middle, but I'm sure if I did watch those, they'd be pretty good. So I'm going to give you a very solid Very solid. I think I'm gonna give you an 8. 8 out of 10. Where is it? 8 out of 10. I think that's a solid score for this profile right here. Put it over here, actually. 8.7. Amethyst with the 8.78. Boom. 6.7. I'm gonna be an 8. I think that feels right. But that was the last one for the night, though. I really appreciate everyone tuning in and putting their profiles. Make sure to follow these people, and if I didn't do yours, I will definitely try to do yours in the next stream or in the next upcoming video. And stay tuned. We got some horror content coming out very soon. So if you haven't hit that subscribe button and you're here, please be sure to hit that subscribe button. What's up, Soulless Trenchcoat? Nice to see you. You just missed us. We're just ending the stream now, but thank you to everyone who tuned in, and I'll be doing more, so don't worry. But appreciate all the support. Thank you, everyone who tuned in, and I will catch you on the next episode. Peace out.